Good morning, everybody. I'm so happy to be back. I'm healthy and wiser and excited to be back, full of energy. Of course, you know, when I don't talk for a couple weeks, I have more things to say. So you might as well just put on your seatbelt and be here for a while. It's good to see everybody this morning. Georgia Davis is here with our music. And Martha Martinez is here as our practitioner for reflection. And I'm Reverend Jay Lang, and so happy to be here and happy to be present. We appreciate our production team, our ushers, and we have our youth out in the back offices there. So it's so good to have a full and triumphant day today. And we like to start with a little music. Well, please welcome Georgia Davis.
Thank you. And with this one, I'd like to invite you to stand up because it's got some kind of hootenanny music. You might like it. It's different than what I'm used to. You know this one, though. Is my mic going? Can you hear me out there? Might have missed it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, you sound good. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Won't let no one blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let no one blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Let no one blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. No dancing? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine.
Thank you, Georgia. A great way to start. A little bit different version of that, but that's fun. It keep us awake and alive this morning. Thank you so much. If this is your first time to be with us during the service, special welcome to you. Thank you for being here. The acknowledgement of later in the service. We appreciate you being here, and you're always welcome. We are, during this month of December, we have what we call the Season of Light. And what we do is we celebrate the different faith traditions that have different traditions about light during this month. Last month, we had a speaker on Buddhism. This week, we're talking about Hinduism and their celebration of Diwali. Next week, it's Hanukkah Sunday and winter solstice on the Wednesday, and then, of course, Christmas we get to. We do have our candle lighting service that I'll share more about. But it's just an exciting time to be here at our center, so glad you're here with us today. I'd like to begin each service with our vision and mission statement. So if you'll look up on the screen. There we are. Repeat with me. We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. And so it is. So as we affirm that today, we affirm that in our daily lives and know the truth of it. So a few announcements before we begin the rest of our service. First of all, it's Green Bag Sunday, so thank you everybody who brought in green bags of non-perishable items. Janice Davis will take them over to the food bank tomorrow. We appreciate you doing that. I didn't have to turn my hair green to talk you into bringing the food this time, but I appreciate you doing that. I wanted to let you also know that we've usually partnered with Puerto Abiertas to bring them gifts, and this year they didn't give us the list in time, and we're a little bit not in sync with that. But now they're asking for gift certificates of different kinds to grocery stores or clothing stores. And what we're doing is we're taking a separate collection at the guest table today after the service. I know that there's a lot of needs in terms of buying gifts for your family and friends, but if you happen to have an abundance during this month, if you are willing to give us $20, $30 towards gift cards we could buy for Puerto Abiertas, we appreciate it. As well as if you are a person who does year-end giving, we appreciate you giving to the center as well. So it is December, and that generosity is fun to participate in. So thank you for being a part of that. We finished our coat drive last week, so I know there's a lot of little things here. So check in to see what you're called and which nonprofits or causes you're called to give to. So thank you for your prayerful consideration of that. We do have a number of events in December that happened. Next Sunday, that's an incorrect date. I should have been corrected. It's actually on Sunday. The December 18th is Los Posadas at 5 p.m. This is part of our Spanish-speaking ministry, so the whole service will be in Spanish. And it'll be an exciting event. It's the metaphorical journey of Mary and Joseph to Bethlehem. And it's a fun service, very sacred service, very beautiful service that I'm looking forward to. And all are welcome, but just know it's all in Spanish. So, and then we also have our winter solstice on the 21st. It'll be a celebration and ritual that we do in honor of the winter solstice, where that's the longest night, and so there's a ritual around letting go of what no longer serves us into the darkness and allowing the new light, the new sun, the rebirth of the sun to come forth. And it's a very, very beautiful ceremony that we'll do. We'll do our regular meditation on Wednesday, and then after that we'll have this meditations at 6, and we'll have this at 7. And then our annual candle lighting service, this year in person. We'll also stream it, but we're wanting to really invite you to come in person. It'll be a beautiful event. The practitioners have created a beautiful service with their parts. Astor Fox will be here with music. It'll be just a beautiful and sacred evening. So we're excited about having that, and invite you to bring friends if they're so interested, or family members. And I think we'll have plenty of room for everybody. So. And then also on Christmas Day, which is a Sunday this year, we're having a service called the Unplugged Christmas. We won't have any live music. We won't have any ushers or production. There will be no streaming that day. I'll provide a Christmas message that people can look at online, but that'll be separate. This will be just we'll create a circle in here and talk about the meaning of Christmas or the meaning of the holidays for you, just really unplugged in that way. So it'll be a way to celebrate joyfully, but in a more contemplative way. So if you're still called to come, but I also know the reason why we're not having production or music that day is a lot of people like to spend the day with family. Obviously, it's Christmas, so I know that if you're called to come, please do so. And then on January 1st, which is also a Sunday, we're going to do a special burning bowl ceremony in here, which is another way to let go of the old and bring in the new. And that'll be part of our regular service in here. We'll be back to full music production and everything, but you'll want to be here in person for the burning bowl ceremony. That'll be fun to do. And then also upcoming, the day before that, I didn't mention that, on Saturday, December 31st, we'll have the New Year's meditation, which is the annual meditation where we do it at the same hour of people around the world knowing peace. And it happens at 4 a.m., which is an early time for California, but that's the time we have when it starts at noon, Greenwich Village in London. So it's still a fun time to gather, and it's quiet and contemplative, and we'll do some chanting and just knowing peace for the entire world. It's a good time to know that. And you can always go back to sleep after that. So. And then we also have MLK Day of service coming up in January. You'll hear more about that in time to come. And I think that's enough announcements that I can think of. We're continuing to have our Wednesday meditation at 6 o'clock every week if you're so invited. If you're interested in that, everyone is invited to come to that. So now we begin the sacred part of our service with music and prayer.
Thank you, Reverend Jay. So in honor of Diwali, we're going to do a little chant, or you're invited to do a little chant in Sanskrit. You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, that's better. I guess I need to be on the mic like I tell everybody else to. So there is a slide, and it's going to tell you what you're going to be saying in Sanskrit, and also a little bit about this chant. So Lakshmi is the goddess of abundance in the Hindu tradition. And this time of Diwali is about honoring a lot about her. And so this chant is a prayer to her to bring abundance in riches and wealth, and as well in spiritual wealth. So I invite you to sing it with me or to just hear it. But the idea of kirtan chanting is to bring the level of energy higher in the world, in the universe, in life. Whenever Sean's ready. I like that. It's pretty easy. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. If you sing lower. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. 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 Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha.
We are sharing the light. With our eyes closed, let's be aware of the presence of the infinite spirits that bless us, inspire us, and wisely guide us all to the present. And feel the wonderful moment that brings us together, realizing the presence of God that is priceless here where we are, united in this wonderful moment, full of blessing, love, prosperity, and abundance. Let's take a deep breath and bring our attention to the divine source of all life. Let us feel that presence circulating inside and outside of us. Let us contemplate in this reflection of the moment. Let's realize and rely on this presence. And knowing that it is the field of all possibilities, where the whole abundance and prosperity of God, light, is always good. And let's appreciate the time that we spend here together at this moment, knowing that we learn in this place is always good and truly blesses our life. I know that knowledge and the love that we receive by being here allow us to grow and succeed in all of our affairs, and everything is always good. And so it is. And thank you for being here. And you know, this morning I was thinking, what am I going to speak about? And believe it or not, last night my sister and I got together, and I go and visit once in a while. And for some reason, I learned that when we're together, is either something, some resentment or something that we don't agree all the time. And last night I was okay with that. Last night I feel like it's fine, nothing is wrong. And when I start realizing that is understanding and sometimes she have a real like meaning words that she say, and I didn't care. And I believe is because what I'm learning here is making me grow up and feel more smart. I feel, because whatever is going on around, I don't try to fix. I respect them, I respect her, and I love her. And it was very, very good, because last night I realized that I didn't react the way I used to. And I feel fabulous. And I was very happy and thankful, because I believe that now with this philosophy and what I do here and you do for me, we all students, we all learning something. And it's amazing to just be here. And before I used to be like shaky and walking here real late. But today I feel like get up and just do it. And thank you, because whatever that means, it made me feel strong. And that's why I'm here. I feel like if I keep coming back, and I have stories all my life that I'm learning from being here. And it's just that what I learned here, I just want to feel more peaceful, and that's what I feel now, a lot more peace. And when I feel that peace in me, I bring it to somebody, and it's the light that is shining over me. And even my friends, sometimes they tell me, "What are you doing to yourself?" I'm losing weight. I laugh all the time, but I used to tease him for whatever reason they ask me. And I know what I'm doing. And if they see what I'm doing, hopefully they get and do what I'm doing. And the circle that I'm doing on Mondays is about 10 people, sometimes more. But the input that I have from them is helping me, because, like I say, we all teachers, we all students, and I feel that way. So thank you very much, and enjoy this service.
Thank you, Martha. I really have to use this mic. It always seems simple just to unwrap something, but it's not. So I really like this song, and if I cry, it's because I think of this as Spirit singing this song, although it came through, this time, Cyndi Lauper. Go ahead. Don't let me wax poetic too much. Oh. So anyway, I love this song. It's always moved me, and luckily when I get to come here and sing with you, I get this chance to learn these songs that I've always loved but never really known all the lyrics to. So, and this one I was thinking about last week when we were driving here to the center. My partner Jim and I were chased by the rainbow. Did you all see the rainbow last Sunday? And it was the first time I ever saw the bottom of the rainbow. So it was the first time he ever saw it too. I have this cute little video. Thank you, Sean. You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged, oh I realize this life can take courage. With a world full of people, you can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you can make you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you, so don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. You guys are choking me up. Show me a smile then. I can't remember when I seen you then. Last time I saw you laughing. Well, taking all you can bear. Hold me up, 'cause you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful like a rainbow. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you can call me up, 'cause you know I'll be there. And I'll see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors, true colors are shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow.
It was me. There we go. What a great message that you were that we're being authentic, and the true colors. What's interesting, you know, we're focusing on the light this month, and in the physical world, now not when you're dealing with paint and things, but all colors combined are the white light, because a rainbow is a prism of that white light going into the diversity. So out of the many one, and out of the one the many. So thank you for a beautiful song this morning. So we're this month we are focusing on this one light, this one truth, the wonderful life. But before I get into that, I did want to tell a story. And those of you who've been around here for a number of years, you probably heard this story, but it has come back up to my thoughts this week, and you'll understand why. So when Michelle and I were first dating about 12, 13 years ago, something like that, I was recently divorced. She was divorced also a little more time. But personally, I hadn't dated any at all since my divorce, and I was pretty insecure and not sure about dating. And Michelle was this beautiful woman that I was, and we had this long distance relationship. She lived in Reno, I lived in Denver. So it was a tricky, to communicate with each other. So we did a lot of texting. And one morning I woke up and she had texted me, and I looked at the phone and it said, "What kind of sick person are you?" And I go, "Oh my God, what have I done now? What did I do to? I screwed up my marriage. I'm screwing up this relationship. What am I doing? Oh my God! Just really. And I go, hold on. Take the breath, right? Take a breath. Okay, what's really going on here? So I calmly said, hi, was this meant for me? Good question, right? I didn't know. Maybe she made a mistake. And she calls me right away without responding to text. And she goes, and she's speaking in this gravelly, hoarse throat. And she goes, no, you don't understand. We're still getting to know each other. And I'm wondering, when you're sick, what kind of person are you? And she went on to tell me when she is sick, she likes company. She likes somebody to take care of her, bring her soup, go to the store for her to take care of her. And I explained to her that when I'm sick, I'm grouchy and I want people to leave me alone. And so the last couple of weeks when I've been sick, that is still true, by the way. I'm still pretty grouchy. So if you ever wondered what kind of sick person I am, there you go. So you could tell why that story came back up again. But it's a lesson of communication, and always taking a moment, take a breath, and learn more information. Be curious about things. So it's always served me in the past as well. So this idea, this month that we're talking about, it's a wonderful life, and spelled. I know it's a favorite show, but the idea of it's one with wonderful, because we are all one, and this greater experience we can have in this community, experiencing the light together, helps us to appreciate all of humanity. And this week we're talking about willing to share the light and recognizing and being willing to share it. It sounds simple, but I know it's not easy all the time to find our own light, that sometimes we hide it from ourselves. We hide it from our awareness, or we don't think we're that light. And so as a reminder of this, we're walking through these different holidays, as I mentioned before. And so this month is Diwali, as it's called. It's a Hindu festival that was originally Hindu, but now it's all religions in India, and it's spread out into other areas around India, in Southwest Asia there, Southeast Asia as well. And it's a wonderful holiday that over 5 days, that happens actually earlier than this. It's usually in November. Late October, November. And part of that is because light is different there. They're so close to the equator that they don't have the long, dark nights we have. So a lot of the celebration of the winter solstice has happened from Northern Europe and Northern United States, Canada, Alaska, where light is a big deal. I mean, these nights, it's getting dark at like 5 o'clock now. And the sunrise is not till almost 7. So we experience that, and so light is more profound here. But for them, this celebration of Diwali is about, in day one, they clean out their house, they sweep and clean up, they're expecting guests, but it's also about, metaphorically, spiritually, they look at their inner life and things that need to be cleaned out, so to speak, forgiven, let go of. Martha did a great job of talking today, her little self-reflection about her sister may never change, but you can unplug that button that you have between each other, and you can find peace in that. Even though your sister may never change, she may always be that same person, and occasionally try to push the buttons, but if you've unplugged them, she can't do it anymore, And that's the idea for us that's inspired by this holiday of Diwali, that we can look within us and see what we need to unwrap, so to speak, to find the truth, to find what we need to let go of, And then the day 2 for them is about they light these clay lamps and they create elaborate patterns with sand on the floor and just this beautiful celebration of light they had to remind themselves of the light that everybody has. They have this belief that the light of lights is the one that steadily shines in the chamber of our heart. I like that idea. I mean, I think of the light as being within, but to have a location in the chambers of our heart. It's right there. And it's also a way to protect from evil forces. Now, what you need about Hinduism is their core belief is about oneness. So they don't believe as evils outside of themselves, but they know within that they can allow choices to be made that aren't in alignment with our highest and best. Hinduism is, along with Christianity, probably had more influence on science and mind, on centers for spiritual living than any other religion, even though we embrace all religions. Hinduism and Christianity and Judaism had the strongest influence on our beliefs. So they commit themselves to good deeds and an introspection that brings them closer to the divine. Then on day 3 is the main day of festivals. Families gather. They do prayers to gods and goddesses depending on their beliefs, depending on which, because all of them are not Hindu. And then they have mouth-watering feast and firework festivals, bringing up the joy and togetherness and hope. And day 4 is the first day of their new year. So this Diwali is almost Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's all together. It's their most important holiday. So they once again visit with relatives, but they have gifts and best wishes for the season. And day 5 is more a day to spend with your in-laws, like particularly your sister-in-laws and brothers-in-laws. And so that kind of generation together, and you enjoy a meal together as well. So this tradition can inspire us to continue to be aware of the light that's within us, to light candles like we always do, and also to recognize the universal beliefs and the universal wisdom, because Hinduism is one of the most ancient religions, but that there is light within us. And there's a universal presence that we can attune to and attune with. I know this time of the year, the longest nights, the darkness that comes invites us to be introspective. But sometimes we don't listen to that because there's so much going on this time of year too. And it's out there, the lights that call us out of that introspection to be busy, to do things. And some of those events are great to go to. But check in with yourself to make sure you're spending that contemplative time, because it's a time to assess and go within and to recognize our divine spark. I think it's interesting, the idea of this divine spark that's within us, because sometimes we don't recognize it. We don't feel it. I appreciated last week, how many people are here to hear Timber talk? I watched it online, and I really enjoyed, I didn't hear his book talk, but I did hear his service talk. And I appreciated him bringing up something that we often talk about here during December, to give you permission that Christmas can be a really tough time for some people. It can be a time that you feel alone, or reminders of childhoods during these times that you didn't have, or there were trauma around it, or it's an anniversary of a loss you might have had, a significant loss. Or expectations you might have about this time of the year. It's tough. I know that. I've experienced some of that too. This year, I'm doing okay, but some years have been really tough at Christmas because everybody else seems to be having a great time and you're not. And what I want to encourage you to do at this time of the year is be real, feel what you need to feel. But also, if you're having trouble finding your own light, allow the light to shine back to you that's around you, your friends, your family, the love, to not block off receiving it, even if you don't feel it fully yourself. Allow it to shine back to you. Allow yourself to feel the awe of this time of the year. And it's like a child that views a tree or lights, and let's go back to that magic that this holiday season can bring us, as challenging as it might be. Timber also mentioned one of my favorite concepts, that the moon is a reflection of the sun. And yet it has its own beauty, and we can allow ourselves to feel this light by allowing this reflection to come with us. Let it glow in us. Let it fill us up in this light. And when we feel this light, we're also willing to share it to others. Let ourselves be a reflection of this light and shine it to other people. And today's topic is about that, about the willingness to share, the willingness to be. What I know about light is that this divine spark we talk about. This divine spark we talk about is the very spark that drives all of life. It's the creative power of life itself. Astronomers talk about the Big Bang. And what's interesting, that there was this bang that happened, that all the stars and planets we know were created out of this one. But what's fascinating is the new telescope they have is not supporting that theory. Instead, it's supporting that there were a number of bangs, not just one, but bangs all over the universe. In other words, the universe, it didn't start here and going out. It started here, and it started over there, and it started over there, and it started over there. And guess what? It's still going on. This creative, this divine spark. Stars and planets go through a creative process just like we do on Earth. So stars are born. Stars become brighter and grow and shine even more. And guess what? They die. They go through a black hole, and that same cosmic stuff that formed that star comes out and forms a new star. It's the nature of our universe to birth new light. And it's not a one-time thing either. We've got a lot of little bangs going in our life, right? A lot of creation process going on. That we can allow this to happen, allow this truth. And the ancient religions all talked about this light. From the indigenous people to Judaism to Gnostics to the ancient Hindus, they all are speaking about this divine light that opens up in us. And I know it seems like, especially lately, the news is full of different viruses going around and different kinds of dis-ease going on. And it may seem like we're on the roulette wheel of our health. It's random when we get sick. Now, I know we're exposed to a lot of things in being out in the world, and we take care of ourselves in the way we need to take care of ourselves. If we, please, if you want to wear a mask, please do so here. We're not requiring it, but if you so want to, don't feel this because nobody else is wearing a mask, don't worry about it. Take care of yourself. Check in with yourself. Is this the time I need to wear a mask, or is this time I don't need to go to this particular event? So be guided. And also, if you do catch something, so to speak, know that there's a healing light in you that can quicken your healing, quicken you coming back to health. People call it a healing light. I know it's not a light like comes out of you necessarily or comes to you, Quantum physicists will say that it's the photons that are the tiniest particles of light that are in our bodies and around us. And it has no mass, so it's not measurable, but they're suggesting it's that light that's within us. I don't know if it's that. What I do know that there's a healing force within me that I can activate through my intention and create health. And I also know there's a difference between healing and cure. Cure doesn't always happen, but healing always happens. And we know this to be the truth of who we are and the truth of Spirit within us, that we can unwrap this healing, unwrap this learning in any situation we have and find the greater truth. I am healthy and wiser because of my experience with COVID, because I was mindful in that process. But that's available to all of us. There's stars bursting and stars opening and light opening and wisdom available to us in this way. I think it's also important, as we're willing to share the light, that we find the difference and the balance between impatience and patience. Now, the reason I bring this up is I think there's a lot of value in impatience. I know that's one of those things that's considered not in alignment with our highest good. Now, I think the thing about impatience is that it can be often frustration or anger because things aren't changing fast enough. But the dark side of patience is that sometimes we give up too easily. There's low energy, low intention, just like, well, whatever happens, We know from Science of Mind, we know our principles here at Center for Spiritual Living, we know that intentions create. Our thoughts create. And the more passionate and energetic we are in those intentions, the more powerfully they create. So if we're too patient, then we're low intention. So the other side of that is that impatience can bring an energy and a high intention, a determination. When we take our impatience into prayer, into introspection, we can transform that frustration into determination, into a higher intention. And patience can be turned into allowing. So we know that with this high intention that we are, whether it's for health or relationship healing or career shifts that we're wanting to do, or just a well-beingness, a feeling of light, whatever it is that we are seeking, we have this high intention, and then we allow it. We're patient to know that we're not letting go of the form. We're letting go of our expectations and opening to Spirit to create through us the highest and best. What is the highest and best is seeking to come through me? God, what you got? Allowing that. So that's where the patience is. So when impatience creates this high intention, and the patience creates a deeper understanding of things. What I know about the universe is it supports us 100% of the time. It supports our intentions. It helps us create this intention. Through us, we create that which we are seeking. And I think often we forget in our anxieties and fears and our impatience that it has to be a certain way in a certain time. When in truth, as this Star Trek little thing here goes, for those of you who are Trekkies, but this is a made-up conversation. This is not really what he would say. But Scotty, if you were Trekkies, this guy's going, Captain, we can't hold the speed for much longer. Captain Kirk says, just turn off the engines. We can continue at this speed forever unless affected by an outside force. That's how space works, Scotty. That is how space works, actually. That's how this universe works. We set our intentions up, and the universe continues to support us no matter what we do. And that if we are experiencing this trust in the universe things open up for us. And when we're feeling like we need to make a shift, we power up our engines again and make that shift and set our intentions towards that which we are seeking, the experience we are seeking, and it opens us up to a greater way. Debbie Ford wrote a book called The Dark Side of Light Chasers. And we are all light keepers, but sometimes we are chasing the light out there, like out there when really the light is right here. I love what she talked about when she said that weaknesses and strengths are really two sides of the same coin. That a weakness is something that's turned up too loud, too bright, too much. And if we turn it down a little bit, it can become a strength. Let me give you an example. If you tend to be introverted, the weakness would be that you are reluctant, you avoid. Where you turn down that a little bit, you show up, you're fully present with people. It doesn't mean that you're talking a lot, but you're listening a lot and you're paying attention to other people, and you gain this wisdom that you're willing to share with people because you've been more mindful than other people. You're paying attention to the details, you're noticing, you're listening more than waiting for someone else to speak. And if you happen to be impatient, an impatient person that's too loud, that you become overly assertive, demanding, instead of turning it down to where now you have an internal passion, an enthusiasm. And I don't know about you, but I really respond to enthusiasm. When somebody's enthusiasm, I pay attention to it, but not the over-the-top stuff, but just know that if something's too much, just turn it down a little bit. So you can understand that in great ways. I know one of my favorite philosophers, Dr. Howard Thurman. He has this quote that I just love. And he says, "In the quietness of this place, surrounded by the all-pervading presence of God, my heart whispers, keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve, that in fair weather or in foul, good times or in tempest, in the days of darkness, and the foe are nameless or familiar, I may not forget that to which my life is committed. Keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve." And for me, this really talks about going within and finding that impatience and that patience for that which we're seeking to create. The high resolve is our high intentions. So that which we're seeking to experience, let us experience it. But we find this deeper passion, this deeper truth, these deeper intentions in the contemplative time, as he says, in the quietness of this place. So finally, we're willing to share the light, be present, be open to Spirit. Define this light that we are. If you think about the metaphor about when you're traveling with a young one, a child, and the oxygen masks drop down as you're told to do, first you put it on yourself, and then you put it on the child, right? So in this way, first we find our own light within us. We give ourselves the breath of life. And we're aware of that, and then we can share it with others. And when we can't find it, allow others to shine back to us the air that they've been breathing, the truth they have, and let ourselves see the light, the love that they see us in. And what's wonderful about this greater truth that I'm talking about, it's life itself, it's light itself, it's abundance that we can experience within ourselves, this love that is within us. I was listening to Senator Raphael Warnock when his acceptance speech this week, and I was reminded of something of John Lewis. And I just so admire John Lewis. And Warnock said this quote about John Lewis, about when one day he crossed the bridge knowing there was danger on the other side. Yet he crossed that bridge while building a bridge for the future. He crossed that bridge while building a bridge for the future. Warnock goes on to say, and now it is on us, the latest generation of Americans, to keep building the bridge, to keep walking that long walk and pushing our nation towards its ideals. Of course, that's alluding to the Constitution that says, in order to form a more perfect union. So this is, what I was inspired by that is that we don't have to know how this is going to work out. We just have to be willing to cross that bridge. Cross the bridge into the unknown. And what we also know, the universe is supporting us to create that bridge as we walk. I am a person who loves to know what's on the other side of that bridge before I start walking on it. I don't know about you. But it's just not possible in life all the time. We just have to walk in faith and know that it's happening. It's going to happen. Spirit is supporting us. We have our high resolve, our high intentions, and we allow Spirit to create with us that which we're seeking. I find it easier to do in a community like this because I have people, I'm just looking right now. I can see that light shine back to me right now. And I want to shine it back to you. Because I know that is Spirit itself that is within me. It's Spirit within all of you. Let us go to prayer. What I know the truth to be is Spirit. The light within us. That is the oneness that we are. As we just allow this light to be the truth of who we are. And what I know in this moment, that we are this light. And we go forth in walking that bridge, even if we don't know all. But I know Spirit supports us. Spirit is us. Spirit is that bridge builder that supports us in all ways. And for this, I'm always grateful. And so it is.
So as Reverend Jay said, if you're in a time of life where you're in receiving mode of the light rather than the giving mode, please receive this song. And if you're in the giving mode, please sing with me. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I I shine, yes I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Georgia. So beautiful today. So this is a time in our service when we invite you to participate in the sharing of abundance. If I could ask our ushers to come forward. What I know is when we participate in this sharing of abundance, it opens up our heart. It's similar to the holiday seasons when we're both giving and receiving presents. So you're able to receive and give as you so give, whether it be of love or financial abundance that we have. So we appreciate the gifts, whether you give online or through bill pay or the many different ways you can. We appreciate that, and so we bless that. So whatever those gifts are today, if you could raise your hand to your heart and speak the affirmation with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. So it is. If it's not your phone, it's your tablet. So.
And we're connected to the internet. We are. We are. So you ready to sing another song with me? Sure. Okay. Here's one by Karen Drucker. We're getting all different kinds of music today, right? It's an easy one. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
So I want to say
thank you
for this day,
Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you.
We also like to acknowledge people here who are here for the first time. We have a gift for you. If you're willing to raise your hand to be acknowledged, we'd like to know if this is your first time. So raise your hand if you happen to be right here. We have a couple people here. Thank you, thank you. You got them? Okay. We always appreciate new people. Bring your family and friends. We really are a warm community that's thriving right now, and so we appreciate everybody being involved in it. We have a special blessing for you today that we can raise our hands and repeat. We bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. Thank you. In the end, we have our so a reminder of a couple things. Practitioners can come up front at this time if we have enough. Oh, good. We have several practitioners to come up front. You're welcome to stay in the sanctuary to pray with our practitioners for a brief affirmative prayer. We also ask that you take your conversation outside. I think it's still not raining yet, so it should be nice outside. And that we will be collecting to the guest table any additional gifts you'd like to give to Puerto Abiertas, and we appreciate that. So if you'll stand up for our congregational affirmation, and then we'll end with our closing song. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. I'm led by Spirit. I'm guided by wisdom. I'm protected by love. I am here to be a blessing. I am so grateful. And so it is.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. One more time. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me. Decision right here and now. Thank you for coming today.
So as we go forth, we know our light is within us and we shine it to everybody. And so it is. Have a great Sunday.